Hi, I feel like church has replaced therapy. Not that I've had therapy, but in a way that every week I come to church and I just sit in this empty room and try to talk myself out of terrible situations. This time I want to rant about people who cannot plan. Okay, and I am talking my own mother. I'm talking my own mother, my closest friends who I love, but this one trait of theirs makes me want to go and choke them with my bare hands until I can feel it snap because oh my god, can y'all plan something? Okay? Everybody's so fake and they're all like, oh my god, be flexible. What if I am not? What if I am exactly like a wooden stick that if you bend it too much, I will be the one snapping? Like, planning isn't hard. Making a rundown isn't hard, okay? I make a mental rundown every time I go somewhere, even when I go alone, okay? It doesn't have to be like an organization level of rundown, exact minute to minute detail, but I just need a timeline of where we're going, when, what hour, or because here I have planned a hangout with my friends for 3 weeks. Yes, all of our parents are not very, very lenient, so it took a long time to, manage a schedule. And we have planned this for 3 weeks, and I'm like all like I've planned an outfit, I've planned everything, and then early on this day I asked them, oh, just as a confirmation, oh, tomorrow, what time are we gonna meet? Just so that because I there has been instances where our perceptions are so different. Like we said evening, but I was like 2 p.m. and they were like 4 p.m. So it's like what hour? And they were like, you said it's in the evening. So, girl, shut the fuck up. Do you not plan your days? Do you not plan your days minute by minute? Do you not have a plan of like, oh, I have to go at 4, that means I have to finish my makeup by 3, that means I have to start by 2, that means I have to eat breakfast at 12, that means I have to wake up 10 at the latest? Do you not like plan your days backwards like that? Because I do, and if you don't, I hate you. Or at least, even if you don't, be scheduled, okay? I don't care if you say I'm not outgoing enough or I'm not easygoing enough. I don't care to be easygoing. It's fine if I'm like hardgoing or whatever the opposite of easygoing is. I don't care if you think that I got old schooled or something, that I'm old again. I keep repeating old. But God, please plan things. Please do not be spontaneous. And if you want to be spontaneous, do not include me in your plans, please. For the love of God, for the love of everything that is holy, and for the love of my sanity. Okay, because here, again, I mentioned my mother earlier, and here's my gripe with her. Okay, this room is very, very hot, so I have to take off my outer jacket. My mother is very, very weird because she forces me to be spontaneous in one way, but she's very, very traditional and conservative and strict in every single other way except for the one she wants me to be. Okay, so let's say we're poor, right? Again, like in my other and stuff, we are definitely not rich and we definitely do not have money to spend. Okay, we do not have all that extra money. And so earlier on, we have like I have a 5 weeks break from the 8th of June to the 15th of July. Okay, my mom only has 1 week, which is like this week, which is like I cannot wait for it to be over because good lord, the patience it takes to just deal with her. Anyways, so earlier on this holiday, she said, "Oh, do you guys want to go on a vacation?" I said, "No, we do not have money for that." These days I have started to be more full, like frontal with it. I'm like, "Yo, we do not have fucking money for that." Okay, I am going to college next year, and I plan going to college whether or not you can pay for it, which is like a different stance that I take in public than I do in private. In private, I'm like, yeah, it's fine if I don't go to college, but in front of my mother, I'm like, you're going to pay for my college. Because I don't want, because, oh my god, how to tell an adult that she's financially irresponsible without being kicked out? Because she insisted on paying on for my grandmother's new air conditioner. She insisted on paying for our new washing machine, even though we can still wash the clothes by hand. Like, we do not have that much money. Please sit down. We do not have that kind of money, okay? We do not have that kind of disposable income to be spending on both a vacation, a new aircon, and a new washing machine at the same time, while both of your children are still in school, okay? We don't have that kind of money. And then my mother's like, oh, do not worry about finances. I'll worry about it. Yeah, I let you worry about finances, and look where that got us. We are not exactly in our best condition, did we? We got like a lot of money from, because my grandparents dying. We got like inheritance money, not that much, but a little bit of it, and they wasted all of it. We do not have any trace of that anymore. Okay, I know, wrong. This is the wrong action to do, but remember, I was 12. In this situation, I was 12, and I did not make the best decisions. Of course, now that I'm 16 and almost 17, I regret that decision. But remember, before I tell you what I did, I was 12. When I was 12, I read my mother's journal, and she said that she regrets not saving up the money. So I'm just saying, like my thoughts are confirmed by her own words. Okay, so she's terrible. Not she, actually. My father's fucking terrible at like managing money. She's too. I remember how shocked I was at 14 when I heard that I have no college funds. A lot of parents start saving up from when their child was born for the college fund, because we know how expensive colleges are. And yet here we are in our lower middle class position, lounging around. And it's not like we don't have any money to save. Okay, that's a different situation. If you don't have money to save, definitely like spend it on like food and stuff first before saving up for college. But we did. We spent it on vacations. Okay, not even good vacations. We went to Bangkok for like 4 days, and that like wasted a lot of money. I would rather I would rather all that money go to my college fund and my sisters. You can split it into two. I'm not gonna be selfish, but I would rather that happen than go to Bangkok. I would rather not have stepped foot outside of Indonesia than have that. I don't care if my mother says it's like, oh, it's making core memories. Yeah, being broke in college will make me core memories. I promise. Okay, failing, if one day I fail to pay my tuition, that will make a core memory. Anyways, yeah, and then my mother was like, oh yeah, I think we're going on vacation, don't worry about finances. And I'm just like, okay, fine, tell me when it's gonna be, and I am going to plan my schedule around it. Because as back to the original topic, I am a planner. Okay, I am a planner through and through. I will plan every second of my day if I could. Will that plan go as I want it to be? Most of the time not, but having a concrete plan gives me something to refer back to in case anything goes awry. Like, yeah, most of the time I don't exactly go, my days don't exactly go according to plan, minute by minute, second by second, but at least it has an outline. At least I will not waste like 5 hours of my day in bed because I have no plan. Because that's also how I work. Like, if I don't have a plan, I just tend to not do anything. So yeah, that's like a flaw in my creation. But anyways, and my mother is still like debating on a date, right? It was either be last week with like the 18th or this week the 24th, which is tomorrow. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll just tell you later when we decide on a date. And I'm just like, girl, we're 2 weeks away, okay? Planning a vacation for 4 people isn't exactly an impulsive event. An impulsive event is when I decide to stop by the mini market after I go home from school because I want an ice cream. That is an impulsive event. This should not be. You should not be vague and unplanning. Oh my god, who let her become a manager at her office? Who let her have a position? Oh, if I was the boss, I would have fired her. Like, what kind of planning is that? Have you never planned an event before? Okay, even I do not have much experience in the event planning area, but even through my year in the student council, you have to plan that shit out, okay? Especially if it contains having your children, with, aka my younger sister, who is a bitch now, okay? Around, you have to have like plan A to plan Z for that. My mom barely has plan A, okay? And And so I'm like, okay, tell me at least D minus 4 if that happens, So I have time to plan things out again. People are fucking stupid and they do not plan shit out. Oh my god, I got way too enraged. This is what church is for me. I don't go to the sermons. I do go to sermons. I'm just saying, I do go to the sermons, but this is like my favorite part of church where I can just sit in an empty place and yell to myself. And then, the week after, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I think we need to buy your grandmother a new aircon because hers is broken. And I was like, I already planned what I'm going to wear if we went on holiday. So I'm like, why are you canceling it now? Now my outfits are going to waste. But I'm like, okay, fine, it's my grandmother, whatever. Like, okay, not planning for anything. That was last week. That was 4 days ago. We decided not to go 4 days ago. And this week, on the way to church, you know what fucking happens? It's like, this is if, which we both know that's not true. We both know this is not an if. We both know this is something that's gonna happen. You're just saying it's an if, so there's no argument because this is a hypothetical situation. It's not. With you, it's never a hypothetical situation. Okay? And just like, oh god, I hate it. I think this is what they. Okay, I have a gripe against people who doesn't plan, especially if you're an adult. Okay, with my friends, I give them a little bit of leniency because they're 16. Again, like children are not exactly the best planners in the world. Although again, if you're almost 18, you should be. But it's fine. They're children. You are a 45-year-old woman. Have you never learned how to plan in your life? Okay? And mind you, before you say anything, this is not a thing that happens once or twice, okay? This has happened multiple times during my life. But back then I was younger, so I did not have as much control over my life as I do now. Even now, like I still rely on her for like income, so I can't exactly go against it and do what I want instead. But at least I have enough of a voice now, enough of a I don't know, identity, I guess, to just back then I was a child. A child is easily like moved around. This is not the first time it happened. It happened. And okay, I'm just gonna get to the point. What happened exactly today? It's like, she's like, what if I tell you all to pack today and we're going tomorrow? And I'm like, no. They're like, she was like, again, in her mind, this is a hypothetical situation, but I know that it's not. Monica, I have had enough experience with you to know that this is not a hypothetical. You are just trying to gauge my reaction. And if you do not like my reaction that came out of you gauging my reaction, you would do something else to force me to do it. And that's exactly what happened. Okay? She was like, and every single second when she's like, yeah, besok gini, I was like, no. And then she asked my sister, will you go? And my sister is fine. And then she had the guts to ask me, Della, what do you think? And I was like, yeah, I said no 50,000 times. No is no, girl. I don't want to go. D-1. You fucking insane. Okay? I'm wearing the church outfit, which is like a good t-shirt. Which is again not a big thing, but like it is one of my few good clothes. Again, who didn't buy me clothes? You, exactly. You buy me clothes. You buy me like 3 pieces of clothing per year. And I am a growing girl. I am growing and a lot of my old clothes doesn't fit me. And your argument if I buy you more clothes than I buy myself is true, but at the same time you have to consider that I am growing. And the clothes that you bought me 3 years ago does not fit anymore, and I have like 6 good outfits to wear. One is in the wash because we went to the cinema several days ago. One I'm wearing now. And the other one is for tomorrow because remember tomorrow I'm going with my friends. Do you think I have outfits? Yeah. You answer that yourself. Okay. And before you say, oh, why are you trying to please people by wearing a good outfit? No, it's not. I know that it does have some correlation, if you want to be feminist about it, to the beauty standards that patriarchy set. But remember, my mother is a traditional conservative Christian who does not give a fuck about feminism and patriarchy. So that's clearly not what she's angling towards. What she's angling towards is, why are you trying to be pretty all the time? Because if not, I will be in a shitty fucking mood. Because I am sorry, I know I am your daughter, but if I look like you, I would kill myself. And then she has the fucking guts to say, okay, then we'll go into the order system. And I was like, what the fuck is the order system? You want to order something from me? I'm not the Wendy's. And she's like, I order, you have to go. Oh, that's what you're trying to. You are trying to use your position as someone who has, someone who supports my life. I would not have food if it wasn't for you. I'm like, okay, you have to go. And at one point I was thinking like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? Physically drag me out of the house? But then I remember that tomorrow I am going out with my friends, and she's picking me up, and wherever she takes me to go after that, I have no control of. So basically what I'm saying is, again, she wasn't asking for an opinion. She was just trying to see my reaction, and my reaction have to exactly fit what she wants of me. And mind you, I am not against going on a vacation. Oh my god, I am only against going on vacation if that would take away from my college fund. But remember, I don't even have a college fund, so yeah. And so I don't know why every time she orders me to do something, it's like when you have to do something, I feel like a little child again. Which, I am still a child. I am still 16, but I don't know why it evokes this feeling of me of being so not in control that it sets off something in me, Like, I don't know. This gives me the same feeling of when I was 8 and do not have any control over myself. I don't know why not being in control gives me such a visceral reaction. But I just hate it so fucking much. Like, why do you even bother to ask for our opinions if you're not gonna even fucking listen to it? Okay. I have to calm myself down because remember, this is church. And nobody can find me crying to myself. And also because my makeup will be so fucking ruined. I'll go to the window. Wait. Oh yeah, my mascara is like off. I'm wearing tubing mascara because I did not expect to cry today. If I had expected to cry, I would have worn like waterproof mascara, but that clearly is not the case today. Anyways. Yeah, I'm just, again, my point is not that I'm against going on vacation. It's just you people cannot fucking plan. You people cannot. Oh my god, how hard is it for you to just give me a schedule? How hard is it to make a schedule? I can make one for you. Again, let's just make a joint Google Calendar or something. Give me a fucking schedule. People who are vague and sensitive about literally everything. I know that there are conditions where you should be able to adapt. Being adaptable is a skill, but you shouldn't have to do that every single time. And your family is supposed to be something that you come back to, that you feel secure in, not something you have to feel like constantly adapting to or constantly trying to accommodate. Because I get that being adaptable is good, but for me, adapting and being flexible takes so much fucking energy that like you guys are supposed to be the people I find rest in and not draining my energy. I don't know why I'm having such a visceral reaction. Maybe if we're going to be if we're going to blame this on things that I cannot control, maybe that's because I am 2 days away from my period. Okay? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm so fucking miserable all the time. Yeah. I have just considered the fact that I may have my period today, because I am technically like 3 days away, but nobody ever knows. And I have just considered the fact that I do not have any pads on me. No, and I'm wearing like shorts instead of like I'm wearing, okay, this is TMI, but the inner pants that I'm wearing right now is the shorts type, not like the panties type. So good God, if I do get my period, it's going to be hell for me. But yeah, maybe it is because of my period. If you want to blame it on things that doesn't actually exist, maybe it is because I'm hormonal and I'm about to be on my period, or maybe I'm just a hormonal teenager that does not know what's good for herself, and that's what, and has to have her mother tell her to do everything. But maybe you people need to learn how to fucking plan. Okay, this exact type of thing just happened literally 4 days ago. But remember when I said we went to watch a movie? Yeah, she didn't know where we're going to watch a movie. She didn't even buy the fucking tickets until like minus 2 hours of the show time, which is like, sure, if we're already there, okay, if we're like, if me and my friends are like at a mall and we're like, oh, there's a cinema, should we go to watch something, and then we buy it on the spot, that's impulsiveness, and that's fine. I can be adaptable in that situation. Like, in, you know, if originally we went to go, you know, do karaoke, but then we saw a cinema and we're like, oh my god, let's go watch something. Like, I can be flexible if that's the case, but we were like 2 hours away from show and we haven't even left the house, and she just bought the ticket. She had just bought. Imagine what happened if we were late. Again, remember, we do not have that much of disposable income. So, oh my god. And she told us that we're going to watch something, and we're still tentative about it, about how much people are going to be there, how much, until D minus 2 hours. So people plan your fucking days, and mom, count your days, because the second that I can support myself, I will not be tolerating this bullshit. I am still being polite just because I need you for like basic amenities, okay? Because you will kick me out of my bedroom. Again, she was like, oh, it's my house, I have the right. But to be fair, we live in my grandmother's house, so it's technically not even your house. But yeah, she can and will kick me out of my own bedroom if given the chance. So I am not risking anything. That's why I'm talking to myself, to my phone at church, and not to her directly, because again, I'm still a minor. But the second that I can support myself, I would rather work 2 jobs than do this. Okay, I hate washing the dishes, but I would rather wash the dishes at work for 9 hours straight. No joking. And I hate washing the dishes, so that's just my point, is that I will not be tolerating you the second that I can. Okay?